Recently, I've come across a good number of videos calling out Jooshica for several concerning reasons. If you don't know her, she's basically a South Korean beauty influencer based in the United States that originally gained her following from making makeup videos of popular Korean figures, which she was really good at, as well as cosplay. She went from those kinds of videos to being a beauty content creator, and if you view her content beyond surface level, it's easy to figure out how unhinged she is. As I'm writing this script, Jooshica boasts of almost 10 million followers across all her social media accounts. As I've said, her content revolves around everything beauty. From sharing glow-up and skincare tips, makeup videos, and tutorials, she's also had multiple surgeries done over the years, including nose surgery, eye surgery, and allegedly jawline surgery, and is very open and honest about it to her audience. On the outside, Jooshica is the perfect influencer, but when you stop and take a closer look, Jooshica intentionally or unintentionally creates and fuels insecurities in her trusting audience.
Has anyone told you you are pretty until you talk? Well, not because of your voice or how you talk, but more necessarily because when you talk, your face is simply not flattering at all.
Straight up lies about everything from brand deals to becoming a K-pop idol and encouraging her audience to get plastic surgery and fillers. I do want to mention before anything else that this is not a hate video towards Jooshica. I even somewhat sympathize with her in some cases because she is a victim in this. So I don't know a lot of things about South Korean or Asia as a whole, but one thing I do know is the mind-boggling, heartbreaking reality of Asian beauty standard, especially in South Korea and China. The list of things that women especially have to do to reach this high caliber that is placed on them is insane. In South Korea, it's estimated that 1 in every 5 women have had some form of plastic surgery. That number may be close to 50% for the women in their 20s alone. This compared to the 5% of American women is insane. A typical high school graduation gift for a Korean teenager is a blepharoplasty, also known as a double eyelid surgery, so they can look less Asian. If you simply Google Korea beauty standards, you'd be absolutely blown away by the first website shown. There, you'll find a lifelong list of medical procedures to get done to even parts of the body that I didn't know existed. I had to stop and take some time off after this because I low-key felt targeted by all the so-called flaws that were listed. My point is, these are the crazy standards that Jooshica grew up internalizing, and therefore, it is understandably normal for her to find a fault in the way her eyes droop downward and feel the need to pay $3,000 to get it fixed, twice. But this is where a line is drawn. As much as I don't think it's healthy for Jooshica to fixate so much on how bad she looks to the point of surgery, I find it disgusting to try to enforce her internalized beliefs onto her young and impressionable audience. Like, yeah, it's normal for you, but it should not be normal at all, period, point blank. Because if you do some quick research of Jooshica's age, you'll find that she is 29 years old. She has nearly 10 million followers, many of whom look up to her as a beauty icon. Yet, instead of using her voice to challenge the harsh standards enforced onto women or to promote self-love and acceptance, she pushes the narrative that perfection is only achievable through more surgeries, endless fillers, and $8,000 glow-ups. At her big age, she masks her actions as girl advice, but in reality, she is fueling a torturous cycle of insecurity. She's all about teaching her audience not to be insecure with her glow-up tips and whatnot. But every single video is focused on her encouraging her viewers to get filler and plastic surgery.
I've been having an issue with this eye. So I talk more about why I'm gonna get it done and all the behind the story. Go watch that if you are interested. But yeah, let's get plastic surgery! That's kind of insane. Who would have thought that they were going to get plastic surgery for the glow up video, because a lot of the influencers usually just do their hair, their skin, get their makeup done, look pretty, but for me, I'm actually going like full on, hoping that it's gonna look better than how my eyes look now. Let's go get the surgery.
And lying about what products she used for her skin instead of teaching them to accept themselves for who they really are, because at the end of the day, every single human being is supposed to be different. We're not all supposed to have the same surgically sculpted nose and filler-defined jawlines. She's always talking about the East Asian beauty standards, and is always trying to encourage these young people to follow these absurd beauty standards, ultimately making them feel as ugly as ever. She points out so many, forgive me, irrelevant insecurities, and it's actually so immensely damaging to anyone who frequently watches her. Because listening to someone you look up to, or even a random on the internet talking about something so insignificant, you never even noticed it, and then making it into something that shouldn't be humanly acceptable is very damaging to one's self-esteem. I remember seeing a video once about a woman talking about her neck rings. And I too have neck rings, and up until then, I never thought of them as something that makes me less beautiful or undesirable or ugly. But after seeing that video, I started fixating so much on them. Glad I got over that and realized that there's so much more to me than someone else's insecurity that I just mirrored. But I digress. It's also so much more immoral when Jooshica does these things because she's trying to capitalize and promote a brand and make a quick buck. Not to mention that she does this without even letting it known to her audience that she is being paid to say these things, which, legally speaking, is a crime. It's like she's so money hungry that she partners with whatever brand that slides in her email with a juicy offer. In this video, the title is How I Changed My Face Without Plastic Surgery. Mind you, she's had eye and nose surgery and a lot of Botox, etc. In the video, she proceeds to list procedures people should get done to fix themselves. But what really did it for me is that she straight up lied in the title and clickbaited. She's also been called out so many times for using foundation color lighter than her own skin color, and her ultimate response to that was so strange.
Skin. And yes, I did say makeup looks prettier on pale skin because that's quote-unquote what K-pop makeup artists that I've personally worked with said to me.
I don't know if it's complete ignorance on her side because saying makeup looks better on lighter skin leaves what exactly for black people or even white people with warmer skin tone? It will obviously make them second guess if their skin tone is okay. And that's such a horrible impression to give to people. Pointing out irrelevant things like two-toned lips as if having two-toned lips is a bad thing that needs to be fixed immediately. I don't know if this ideology stems from racism or ignorance, but whatever the case, it needs to be stopped with quickness.